guys? So I just got out of work and today I wanted to take you guys out on a little night ride. I do ride at night a lot, so that would be a good opportunity to share with you guys, some of my safety tips and strategies for getting home safely. Let the bike warm up. So when you're getting off work, you might be stressed out or have things on your mind or stuff like that. So usually I like to just calm my mind, make sure it's nice and clear before I hit the road. So whatever you had going on for the day, just go ahead and focus on riding. And if you have like an aggressive mindset, you definitely don't want that. It's going to be better if you're more patient. Let's take a quick lap around the parking lot. So when you're riding at night, you always want to be prepared for the weather. So when I come to work, it's hot, it's daytime, and then I leave at night and I'm by the beach, so it's a lot cooler. So I always like to make sure I have layers and I'm properly dressed, because it's really hard to focus on riding your motorcycle when you're like freezing and shivering. You really just want to be focused on the road and all the cars. And of course, you don't want to be intoxicated in any way. So if you've been drinking at all, don't ride your bike. A lot of people die for that reason. Got some cones to practice on. Sometimes I just like to come practice through these cones. Alright, enough goofing around. Alright, so when riding at night, you always want to go slower than you usually go, because you can't see as much. Things are going to surprise you. So to increase your perception of what's going on, it's going to be better to ride slower. Also, it is Saturday night, and bars are opening back up, restaurants, and I'm by LA, so there's a lot of people going out still. So especially around this time, 9 o'clock, 10, people are usually at a rush to get somewhere or already drunk. So you gotta watch out for them. I mean, the good thing about nighttime is that there are less cars on the road, but there's also more reckless drivers. And also, make sure you have full tank of gas, things like that, before going out. Don't really like to have to stop by a gas station at night in like some neighborhoods you don't know. Just want to minimize your risk. And one thing to be aware of also is that a lot of the times the freeways are under construction at night, so be on the lookout for construction zones and things left on the road, as well as your normal route being closed. Oftentimes, your freeway on-ramp or off-ramp is going to be closed because they do a lot of the work at night. So have your GPS ready or know your alternate routes so you're not lost. So for me, I like to turn on my high beams at night and in the daytime, only on the freeway though. I usually turn them off as soon as I get back on the streets. I don't have aftermarket LEDs for my headlights yet, and the stock ones aren't really that bright, so the high beams actually help me see a lot more. Always like to make sure I'm keeping a good cushion or space distance. That's always, whether it's daytime or nighttime, but at night I feel like it's even more important because you really can't see as far ahead. So that extra space cushion is going to help you avoid accidents. I've been in situations where I was following too close and the car in front of me hit like a mattress. And you'd think you'd be able to see something large like that. But at night, things are very hard to see. Another thing that caught me off guard is gotta remember, some cars don't have their headlights on. Either they forget to turn them off or they're just completely broken, they haven't replaced them. So I've been in a situation where I didn't even know there was a car behind me for a few miles, and I thought I was clear the whole time. And then I was about to get over to the next lane. I looked over and I was surprised to see that there's a car there with no headlights. And yeah, that could have been dangerous. So, you know, before changing lanes or, you know, assuming that you don't have cars behind you, keep in mind that there are cars out there whose lights aren't working, so pay extra close attention for stuff like that. At night, I just try to take it easy. I try not to be in a rush, and my goal is just to make it home safely and be hyper aware of my surroundings. You know, don't feel pressure or tempted to, you know, race cars that are flying down the freeway. I've been tempted, and I've actually, you know, try to keep up sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's not worth it. You're on a motorcycle, they're protected in their cars, so it's really not worth your life to try to keep up or show off. Another thing I like about riding at night is there's fireworks over there. Pretty cool. But lately, there's been a lot of fireworks. Not even 4th of July yet, but I get a free fireworks show every night. But I actually like riding at night a lot. Just to me, it's like really relaxing. You know, despite the extra dangers, I really enjoy it. Alright, so we are hitting the 110 freeway, and this 110 can take you all the way to downtown LA. I see more fireworks on the way. But I am looking for some, you know, LED headlight recommendations. If you guys have any, let me know in the comments. Check that out. Entering a more busy part of the freeway now, and we are heading towards Los Angeles, so gotta be on the lookout. And this area gets a little hectic. Always look over your shoulder. I'm trying to look as far ahead the freeway as possible. A lot of movement, so I'm gonna get out. It's been pretty busy at work this last week and today as well. And it's always nice knowing that you're gonna be hopping on your motorcycle after. This is like the best part of my work day, is getting to ride home on this lovely bike. I'm sure you guys can relate, especially now. There's not a lot of things we can do to de-stress, so having a motorcycle is awesome. Alright, you guys can start to see the downtown LA skyline. So there's a car behind me, has one headlight out. Almost look like a motorcycle, but just someone that doesn't keep up with their vehicle. Oh shit, there's a fire. Oh my goodness. Damn, a trash can fire. Wow. Stuff has been on fire a lot lately. There it is. Beautiful downtown LA. I love this part of the road. Just love looking at it. But carefully. Sometimes you can kind of get a sense of like the vibe in the air. You know, sometimes I come out at night and I'm like, man, I can just feel it. There's going to be a lot of just aggressive drivers. You can see it. It's like chain reaction. When, you know, one person starts driving crazy, it usually leads to a bunch of other people riding like that or driving like that. is your life. And you're having a blast, you know, without having to be excessive. Like, you're already on a motorcycle. You're having way more fun than any of these guys. These guys just want to get out their car. So yeah, take your time and enjoy the ride. You know, also don't assume people's brake lights work, you know. That's why I like to keep this cushion. If that car just starts slowing down out of nowhere, I'll have enough time to perceive that and, you know, just let off the gas or whatever. But space cushion is key when you're riding. Shit. Man. Some big fireworks for residential. Another thing to be aware of at night is a lot of times the roads are wet. I don't know if it's because, like, you know, they were watering the grass or the plants on the side or something, but you'll notice, you know, sometimes the roads might be wet and you're going to see it last minute. So you don't want to be like mid-turn and making some aggressive maneuvers when the road is wet. So it's another thing to look out for. Wet roads. So I have to take about 3 different freeways to get home. And when you commute a lot, you start like knowing your freeway and like knowing where all the crappy parts of the roads are, or maybe one freeway is a lot larger and more safe, and certain freeways for some reason attract more aggressive drivers. So you start to get a feel for, you know, the freeway you're on and the behavior of drivers on that freeway. So right now I have really good space in front and behind me, but I am on the lookout for some fast headlights coming up, making sure that I'm well out of the way. Because, you know, unfortunately people don't drive responsibly and they're not going to look out for you, so you have to look out for them. You kind of have to put yourself in the mindset of, you know, people going out on Friday and Saturday nights, and yeah, the best thing you can do though is not to get angry, to stay patient and alert. Because the one advantage that you do have on the motorcycle is your mobility, your sense of perception. You're way more focused than someone who's driving a car. I've tried. I'm a pretty good car driver. I'm very defensive still. But that level of focus that you have on a motorcycle just isn't the same. You're not directly in contact with the outside world. You're like in a little bubble. And you're, you know, listening to music or listening to an audio book, talking on the phone. There's a lot of things that distract you. But when you're out here, you're not distracted. And it's up to you to make the right judgment calls. Okay, like this guy right here. Gotta watch him. Also, when you check over your shoulder when switching lanes, you want to look back ahead as soon as you can. But make sure you're clear, but then look straight again, because you don't know when something might pop up and surprise you. Remember one time I was going a little too fast, the same area, close to my exit, kind of let my guard down, and this freaking big ass boulder was in the middle of the road, and I missed it by just a couple inches. But it was one of those things, I switched, I turned my head, switched lanes, and I looked forward, and there it was. And I should have seen it way earlier, but I didn't see it till last minute. But I learned my lesson. Now I ride slower, especially at night, because you don't want to get surprised. Alright, so I did click off my high beams because we're back on the street. Now it's time to get out of the freeway mindset and into the street mindset, because this presents a different set of challenges. Don't trust the lights. Look at what people are doing. Like, this is a green light, but I'm checking to make sure there's no cars that are going to run it. So we're looking good. And yeah, you don't want to rush the streets. You want to make sure there's no one popping out of these side streets. Because yeah, this is where a lot of drunk people are. Okay, I'm coming to a stop, but I'm still looking behind me, because some cars might not be paying attention. Some chick might be texting behind me and not ready to stop on time, so I flash my brakes, making sure nice and obvious, making sure they're coming to a stop, and if not, then I'm going to be ready to make my move. So yep, keeping my clutch engaged, and I'm in gear, ready to move. At night, also look for potholes. A lot harder to see, and potential animals darting out at you. Alright guys, so I'm almost home now, and looks like it was a successful commute home. As long as you get home safe, it's a success. But thank you for joining me on this ride. I hope you enjoyed my night riding tips. If there's anything else I can help you guys with, let me know. Any other tips you need, or if you guys have tips for me, feel free to drop those in the comments below. So this light, I never trust this light, because I've seen people run it. So even though it's green, I'm like slowing down, and I'm gonna look to make sure I'm good. So yeah, at night, I would not trust those like stagnant green lights. It's been green for a while. It's like a small street, you know. It's like, you don't know, some car could just come flying down because, you know, it's empty, and people do stuff like that. So if you see a green light like that, don't just assume it's clear and freaking accelerate through it. I'm always slowing down, making sure I can see before I go. So the laws of physics are more important than the laws of traffic when it comes to riding your motorcycle. But anyways guys, I'm almost home now. You guys have a good night. I'll catch you later. Peace.